restricted area. Leave the restricted area immediately.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh my god, what has happened to my overlay? Holy shit. What the hell? Okay, chat, bear with me. We've got a bit of a problem here. Firstly, camera is not on. That's a bit of a cocked up one. Hang on a minute. Can you tell, chat, something's not quite right? What the hell? Okay, I'll tell you what. We're just going to go down to this scene for the time being. Yeah, I think. Hang on a minute. Oh, hang on. No, I'm not even streaming yet. Shit. What the fuck is going on? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys and gals. Apologies for the slight delay there. We're having some technical dramas in the office, in the comm box here today. But welcome one, welcome all back to another week of Outfit Wars. Here we go once again, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're coming to you guys with the Emerald Qualifiers Week 2. More specifically, we're going to be doing SKL versus 1TR, followed up by the Vanu Sovereignty Cats, or VCats, versus 17BR. So some very exciting matches on the way for you guys here today. Apologies once again for the errors and for the dramas. I promise you, not everything's breaking. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I am being joined by the one and the only Dubness. Dubness, feel free to say good day.
Hello, everyone.
So, Dubness, obviously we're going to be checking out some awesome matches today. What are you most looking forward to out of today's games?
Oh, this one right now coming up because it is the only rematch, by the way, on Emerald.
Yeah.
For this round, and it was so close last time, and I'm really interested to see what the teams learn, and if there's going to be like a massive change in the balance of power, right? Because 1TR, maybe they field a stronger roster this time around. Maybe they've learned a lot from that close defeat, and it's going to be super competitive, I expect.
A very good point. And I think I think you brought up the most important point just then, ladies and gentlemen, that at the end of the day, mate, these outfits, they've had some experience now on the map. They've had a chance to test out the match, see how the matches play. So the strategies are only going to be getting more and more mature as time goes on. I'm very, very excited to see how these games play out and what these teams are going to bring to the table this time around. Let's take a quick moment, ladies and gentlemen, to jump into the map overview, because I know there's going to be some of you who probably don't know what the hell's going on here and don't understand the format too well. So let's have a quick look at the map that we're going to be playing on here today, and let's go check out what Nexus has to offer. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Nexus. As you can see here, each team starts off with a warp gate. Alpha being represented by the red team, Omega being represented by the blue team. No construction, no bastions, and no colossuses are allowed on this continent, but all other outfit war armory assets are available. Bitter Gorge Garrison, one of the hotly contested 3-point bases that we've seen in the middle of the map here, with a 2-minute, 20-minute fast capture timer, and that goes for all of the middle bases. Granite Reactor, very, very much isolated within the glaciers of this continent. Very difficult for air to have a significant impact. And then making up the right flank, you've got the Arazak SATCOM hub, another 3-point capture base representing that, mainly of a tech plant with a bit more cover in amongst it. We move over to the home bases now, and we've seen some hot contention here too. Hydroponics compound and Nexus Secure substation, both 1 point capture base with a 4-minute capture timers, and completely identical in layout, making up the right-hand flank of the map. Home bases, Nexus Alpha and Nexus Omega, 1-point bases with 7-minute capture timers. These are the be-all end-all. If you capture these bases, the match ends. And then making up the left flank, you've got Argent Pass and Slate Canyon Hold. Also 1-point capture bases with 4-minute capture timers. That's your map for Nexus 2022. It's a hell of a layout, very competitive in nature, and it's going to be interesting to see how these teams abuse the hell out of this ladder system. Dubness, your thoughts on the map? Anything you want to say here?
Well, it's good that you mentioned abusing the ladder system, right? Because it's quite interesting in terms of, you know, the middle base has the 3 links, right? Nexus Secure substation, hydroponics compound, and then Bitter Gorge. But if you don't want to go there, you can always go to SATCOM, and you can threaten the flank that way. And we've already seen in the last match, right, with these teams, that they weren't afraid to let the map move around, even if it meant they had those lower tiebreaker points.
Exactly, and the map does allow for a lot of interesting strategies to come out to play here. If you capture Granite Reactor, you've got easy access to, say, Bitter Gorge to allow for a cutoff onto Slate Canyon, depending on what team you're on. So there's a lot of flexibility here in how you can play this map, and we've seen a lot of those strategies start to take form as the matches have played out here. So, yeah, lots of things to keep in mind here. Now, based on your guys' feedback from our previous cast of Outfit Wars, guys, we have made some amendments here. I have gotten rid of the face cam as per popular feedback, so you guys now have a bit of a focus instead now on the large scale map, and that'll give you more accurate representations of population density at the individual hexes. So your feedback has been heard. We've gotten rid of the face cam for Outfit Wars, and we now have this overview of the map instead as well. So more key information coming your way. And I believe Varunda has also made some updates to this overlay that we're running here. So hopefully we'll see some more in-depth statisticals come out of this match. Dubness, have you had any exposure to the new overlay as of yet?
No, not yet, unfortunately. This is the first match I've actually been able to cast. I've been playing too many of them.
I see. So which matches are you playing in so far, mate?
Cobalt with Broken Out Company, and obviously Emerald with B-Way.
Excellent. So out of curiosity, what are some of the things you've learnt from this Outfit War so far? Because obviously you played in the B-Way match, and I've got to say, like, I had the pleasure of casting the B-Way versus VKTZ match, and that has to have been the best match I think I saw all weekend. What were some of the key learnings that you took away from that match, and you know, what do you think outfits need to keep in mind as we go forward here?
If you don't have pilots, you're gonna struggle. That's the first thing you gotta say, because it's the truth, right? On live, we kind of forget, I think, sometimes just how powerful air to ground and, you know, controlling the air can be, right? Because if you control the air, in theory, right, they can't Valkyrie drop, they can't Galaxy drop. They can't respond as quickly. And in a 45-minute match where map play, you know, unlike lane smash, map play actually matters, right?
Yep.
Being able to move quickly, every second counts.
Exactly. And I think we've seen that sort of represented a lot. Every faction that has gotten the air power or the air domination early has very much led off with a strong lead. Now, we have to remember that you know, obviously in this game, ladies and gentlemen, obviously infantry capture points and, you know, being able to hold capture points as infantry matters, considering that all the objectives are infantry related. But as Dubness has said here, that mobility across the map here, and noting the lattice links and the lattice layouts here, does very much, you know, require a high end of map mobility here. So yeah, you really need to make sure that you're playing not just the infantry game here and a good infantry game at that, but you also need to make sure you're playing a very solid air game as well. Otherwise, you know, you're going to be left, you know, running from point to point and foot-zerging across the map, which this map just does not accommodate for at all.
Yeah, you never want to find yourself running across the bridges at like Slate Canyon or Argent Pass, right? Because you already know what's coming your way.
Exactly.
Banshee, Airhammer, etc.
Yeah. And we've seen some really top tier pilots on these factions, you know, running these air to grounds too. Like it's just manic what happens here. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what these two have learned. So I did not know this was a rematch, I must be honest. So it must go to show just how evenly paired up these two are for the algorithm of Outfit Wars matches to go, hey, you know what, we're going to throw you two together again. So
yeah. So it's because there's 22 teams in Emerald, so there was 11 winners and 11 losers, right?
Wow.
But because 1TR had the most tiebreaker points out of the losers, and SKL had the least amount of tiebreaker points out of the winners, that's why there's the rematch. Otherwise, it could have been very easily could have been the B-Way VKTZ rematch.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, well this is very good to know, and I'm excited to see how this again. Like if you're versing the same team again, then obviously you've got to learn from mistakes to work out what the players here. So I'm excited to see this. I really am.
Well, I think it's really worth noting. Unlike the last time, you know, we're playing on Desolation, B-Way faced help, I think 3 times.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And with the current system, the new system that the devs have put in, that can't happen again, in theory, I think. So that's an improvement for sure. So one rematch, I think, in a qualifying phase, I think people can live with.
Yep. Yep. Agreed. And as we've seen, we'll just have a quick look at the placing so far, guys, for this tournament. And there are going to be some, like, and this is the best part about how this tournament's being run, I think, in my opinion, is that we're seeing teams now that have had pretty rough early matches now going against people who have probably a more equal skill level to them. And I got to be honest, like there's some crazy matchups planned for this weekend. The one I got to be honest, the one I'm most looking forward to has to be Miku versus Goblin Tribe. That's going to be a huge match, I think. Douglas, are there any games in particular this weekend that you've got your eye on?
Yeah, certainly Miku versus Gobs, right? Got to keep my eye on the competition, right? I expect Recon Team 6 to beat NLux today, to be honest with you.
Yep.
But another close match is going to be KN1 versus Midfit Company, because you know, no one really knows exactly how strong either of those are. So it's going to be interesting to see just how strong they actually are, because that could very well determine, you know, if one of those teams makes the playoffs or not.
Exactly, and keeping in mind, guys, this represents the halfway point for the qualifiers. We've got 2 more weeks of qualifiers after this, then we go to playoffs, then we go to finals. And, you know, so at some point here, teams are going to start being, you know, chopped off. We're going to start seeing teams getting cut out of the tournament here. So people now need to start playing for keeps. And, you know, obviously we've all had that first match to sort of get a bit of an understanding of what's going on here. But now it's like now it's game time. Now it's time to put that learning to use and start applying what you've learnt to the actual game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to get a quick prediction going in chat here. I want to hear some thoughts. Who's going to win this game? Is it going to be SKL or is it going to be 1TR? It's going to be a close one, honestly.
I want to put you in a tough position, Cameron. I'm going to say, what's your prediction?
Look, I know SKL. I know they know how to play the map. They've obviously they're known for being a bit of a larger outfit that plays the numbers game a lot, but you know, I also understand that there's potentially a team here who of SKL, a subsidiary, if you will, that have been playing like a lot of, you know, training ops lately, trying to get their skills brought up to bear for this season. So I got to say, I think my early prediction goes to SKL, but in saying that, it's not a confident prediction in the slightest. I think it could go either way.
No, I think that's fair. I actually back 1TR for the comeback. Actually, I think they're gonna. I think they put, because there's some smart people on that team, and I know for a fact they were not happy with the result last week. So hopefully, maybe that's fueled them, and I think they'll come back.
I like it. I like it. Well, I'm not going to say we're going to put money on this, but very excited to see what they can bring to the table here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 25 seconds away from this match kicking off, and I have to say, I'm very keen for this. And look, if last week taught me anything, is that this season of Outfit Wars is exciting from go to woe, and I think we're very much in for an excellent game here today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, get into the hot seat, because we are kicking things off right here, right now. Nexus Outfit Wars 2022, Week 2 is off and running. Let's go ahead and get down to the alpha side of things here, and off we go.
Classic L opener, it looks like, for 1TR.
Yep, so 1TR pushing out of the territory here, and looks like they're going for a pretty strengthy push down to Granite Reactor. We do see some sides coming into the ball game here as well, and a dervish even in the air for each faction. In fact, a couple of dervishes, so we've got a lot of NSO representation here in these games. A big air duel out of the gate, and it goes to show that the teams have learnt that air dominance is key here. They are playing for air keeps. What a sight to get things kicked off here.
And meanwhile, neither SKL really hasn't hit Bitter Gorge or Satcom, but 1TR has the pop advantage there. But no real flips going on yet.
Unfortunately, I've got the wrong overlay up at the moment, so please do bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, while I get that fixed up. Again,
you're already missing the air fight, don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Just the air fight here, ladies and gentlemen. The issue with these overlays, guys, is that they are very, like, you do have to sort of pick and choose and guess which one is going to be the right one for you. So bear with us here just for a moment here as I try and get the overlay set up working properly. It is really, really not playing ball at the moment.
Oh no! 1TR put some maxes on the C point at Granite Head. They did not drop with enough support, and those starting nanites, they're gonna go down.
Unfortunate, unfortunate. You do hate to see it. Let me just see if this overlay is working properly now. Boom! We, I believe, have the correct overlay on now. It's just proving to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Please do bear with me. No, that is not the right overlay, I think. I think this one might be it. Apologies, guys.
One engineer, which was keeping these maxes alive, has died. The defector goes down, and the dual mercy max also now goes down. So SKL have the ground control at Granite Head, and it also looks like they're still contesting the air. We see they've got two rep galaxies up. That's pretty meta at the moment. Meanwhile, 1TR, they only seem to have one rep gal, so they're going against the meta on that one.
Yep, noted. The overlay is now correct, ladies and gentlemen, so apologies for the delay on that one. Bit of an overview of the early engagement here and what the kill stats look like. So 1TR leading out with 56 kills and 39 make that 40 vehicle kills. So they've definitely gained the early air dominance if the stats are anything to go by here, but SKL leading on revives as well with 7 reses, so they're playing a stronger medic game in the opening here, and I think it's showing as they do get an early advantage on Granite Head Reactor and on Bitter Gorge Garrison here.
Yeah, they've given up Satcom Hub, so 1TR are going to get dug in there. But I don't think they've really SKL have really pop dumped Granite Head. 24 to 48 in this 48 versus 48 format is a lot of people. So they're happy to give up the tech plant, and Bitter Gorge is just slowly staying neutral. It's about halfway on the cap.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Okay, very interesting play there. So Granite Head Reactor, pretty much a straight up cap for SKL, uncontested at this point, so it looks like 1TR are going to play the other bases, and as I say that, we do have a cap undergoing here, a bit of a back and forth, if you will, at Bitter Gorge Garrison here. So, SKL currently holding that C point, but as we're seeing, the Air Force from 1TR starting to come in and be a bit of a pain in the ass here. Vulcan the TR Lovehammer currently repping the Air Force, getting some air to ground in there. Beautiful name, I have to say.
I might be misremembering the last game, but the air seemed a lot more even than it has been so far, because 1TR seemed to really just be dominating the air currently.
Yeah, they have sort of gotten off with a very early start, I agree with that, so interesting to see. I'm curious to see whether or not SKL decide to, rotate air a bit more as part of their strategy after an early cap or two. Granite Head Reactor going to go through completely uncontested for SKL, so I think SKL, they've now got the freedom to sort of start making moves to other bases and sort of reinforcing where required. Are they going to play for Arazak or are they going to play for Bitter Gorge? My money is on Bitter Gorge at this point.
Yeah, with the timer, I'm sure that they'll probably try to hit Bitter Gorge, which is unfortunate, Satcom, considering how much air control 1TL seem to have. But I say that, and they've been able to get a Valkyrie drop in uncontested, so SKL actually flipping all 3 points currently at Bitter Gorge. Yeah,
so they've actually done a really good job there. Great dispersion of population, and I think it just goes to show because 1TR currently only with 21% population in this area, so at this given point in time, Arazak flipping to 1TR completely uncontested there gives them the freedom to sort of go for a cut-off on Granite Head, but noting that Bitter Gorge is going through, not going to be a huge play there considering that they'll have another lane available to them. So as we close off the first early engagement here, currently dead even in the territory control side of things.
1TR are now really going in on Bitter Gorge. They set up a Sunderer, and they've also got a big infantry push going across the southern bridge now.
Yeah, look at this. Beautiful push here, and with that air dominance. Oh, look at the air dominance just hitting that A point too for SKL. That is painful, and it has to be said.
I mean, they're doing well with the hard light canopies. but there's only so many you can place.
Orbital strike as well from 1TR, trying to displace some of that SKL presence there. There was a max suit, I believe, in the building. He's probably been taken out, but I imagine with the lacking amount of contention, they're probably able to at least try and get a medic onto him. I don't know, I've kind of lost sight of that max suit now.
So the people at C point at Bitter Gorge, right, for SKL, they can't actually move. They can't leave the point to help A or B because the second OS is about to hit and all the air to ground. They just can't even help.
And there goes the other orbital as well. So 1TR making a really solid play to redeploy to this base and sort of knock SKL out. And the most interesting part here, guys, is because this is a neutral base, if the other faction puts in the effort of getting the cap down and you take majority points, they just can steal it away from you. So it's SKL have kind of done a bit of the work here for 1TR, and they're just sort of fighting now, like they're fighting each other over that dominance of points. But SKL also rotating to B perfectly. Can they hold out for 20 seconds? It's going to be a hell of a play if they can.
If SKL are able to take the A point as well, even if it's just for a few seconds. Oh, wait, never mind. It looks like 1TR were faster getting onto B. So I think this is going to go 1TR's way. It looks like, yeah, for sure.
They really are, but keeping in mind there's a bunch of Valkyries from SKL high up into the flight ceiling here. I'm not sure exactly what their plan is, or at least there's at least one up close to the flight ceiling. Can they get a quick rotation down onto that A point here? That's going to be their play. No, they cannot. 1TR taking out the early territory lead here. Well done.
SKL, they haven't slept too much. They've already responded to hydroponics compound with a lot of pop, and they did start a back cap at secure, next to secure substation. So they haven't been sleeping despite losing this, and they instantly started the back cap at Bitter Gorge, so they know that Slate Canyon is secure.
Exactly. So it's not, it's not the worst play from them. They have done a good job here. Let's take a quick look at the top killers as well as the top vehicle kills here for our match so far. Actually, we'll just go top killers for the time being here. See if I can get that overlay. Let's see if I can get that working on the overlay here real quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for the scuffness. I'm still trying to work out exactly how this thing works and where it plays, but so far no dice. We're working on it, ladies and gentlemen. This is still a bit scuffed in nature.
So 1TR have 1 point at Bitter Gorge, despite it being a 70-30 fight. But next to secure substation for 1TR secure, and hydroponics compound has been secured for SKL. That means Granite Head is about to be in play. Imagine 1TR will flip that instantly.
Interestingly enough here, SKL making another play for Bitter Gorge. They've got about maybe a squad and a bit present here, so they're going for the early play back on this... Yeah, they're going for another early play here as best they can. 1TR buying some time on this cap by resecuring the B point. Only with 31% population as well, so they're just sort of aiming to... They're not really aiming for denial here, just aiming for slowdown of that cap. So that's a pretty solid play at the end of the day.
Yeah, it looks like 1TR currently has the initiative on the map. And that was a big thing that they didn't really have properly in the last match, but they definitely have it now.
Yeah, and that's sort of something we're noticing more and more as this season continues, is obviously, you know, being the top fragger, being able to, like, you know, get good vehicle play in there, and make sure that, you know, you're the best player on the ground at the time is obviously very key, but having that initiative in the map control department and being the one to start the fires and sort of keep your enemies reacting to you is also a very, very key part of playing this map and playing it properly. So Granite Head being resecured by SKL with basically zero force. It looks like 1TR have made a pretty strong play here for hydroponics.
Yeah, Granite Head, the cap from 1TR there was just to buy time so that the hydroponics compound timer would be better than the Nexus secure substation. So that buys them time to cap that base and then fall back if they need to. And honestly, they've put it down to 2 minutes now. They've got harassers here. I think I saw, yeah, I think I saw Sunder, I don't know, but there's definitely beacons and other logistics here, so for 1TR. Oh,
And
no,
noting that these are
Backseat,
4-minute capture timers, these are critical bases to buy as much time on as possible. The more time you get for free here without, you know, your enemies really noticing or, you know, reacting accordingly is the better. Now, this A point, very, very much enclosed here in this lower half of this building. Normally in these buildings, these staircases are exposed. You can sort of hold the point from the staircases themselves due to open sight lines, but that's not the case here. And it looks like 1TR have learnt that, and have got a bit more presence on the actual point itself, which is a very good observation and I think a good sort of learning from previous experience.
For sure, and I just want to shout out on the other side of the map at Bitter Gorge. There's this 1TR squad. It's got Krog and some people from Coffee in it. And what they're doing is they're just slowing down the cap at Bitter Gorge despite being outpopped. Just enough so that it means Hydroponics compound, they can take that and then rotate over and save Bitter Gorge.
Yeah, excellent. That's a really, really solid play from them, and you know, glad to hear they're making the right steps there just to, you know, bide some map control time on that end. 45 seconds left to go here at Hydroponics. SKL need to make a play, and unfortunately, I just see them sort of slowly filtering their troops in here. They're not really pushing as a cohesive unit, but as soon as I say that, there is a significant half a squad at least of SKL pushing in from the long stairs angle. Res grenades going off here. They have managed to get bodies on point, and I think once here I need to start looking at doing a rotation off of that top floor and just getting on the point, but it's slowly falling away. SKL have recognized the threat. 58% population here from SKL, 39% 1TR, and 1TR are wiping.
Yeah, so what happened there was the SKL forces at Bitter Gorge totally withdrew, and they just put everyone at Hydroponics. They did not want to lose this base, even if it means losing Granite Head.
Great map awareness, to be honest, because at the end of the day, Hydroponics, you've got a 3-minute cap timer on that now. Granite Head, you've only got 2 minutes 30. If you've at least put out the fire and taken out the logistics at Hydroponics, you can easily flex down to those other bases that have quicker reaction timers and just get back in there straight away. Play the hop game. Have noticed that the air game is definitely stronger from 1TR here today. I haven't noticed as many signs as I have mosquitoes, and that's definitely having an impact here. SKL's logistics definitely looks a bit weaker at the moment due to the fact that, well, they've got Valkyries full of troops that they can't, you know, get to points accordingly.
I think SKL have actually given up a little bit in the air. So maybe
say
they'll do a responsive air pull later on. But they're just trying to run the gauntlet, as you say, with the Valkyries, which is, it's difficult to do.
Yeah, exactly
and,
right.
oh no, SKL, they landed at Bitter Gorge, and all that flying was for nothing because of back cap that Slate Canyon and Granite Head.
Oh, so unfortunate that.
I know we're only 15 minutes in, Cammy, but it might have been a good thing you didn't put any money on it.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of flexing happening from 1TR. They've come back and they've definitely learnt a lot from last season. There is a bit of a Valkyrie rumble taking place at Granite Head Reactor right now. This is definitely a first for Outfit Wars.
Well, 1TR
oh my god! Oh my god!
They're well known for their Valkyries, and you can see why.
So Paint, I think his name is. Look, good effort to you, my sir, but that was a bit funny to watch, I have to be honest.
But it's working, because SKL, they took a point back.
They have indeed.
I'm testing C. It's close though. Oh, 1TR just reinforced it though.
It's basically a 50-50 fight here. There's only a 3% difference in here at the moment, so it could go either way, honestly.
Yeah, but look up. The Casfalks, the Banshees.
Oh, look
I
at
saw a
that.
Liberator as well.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
There's you know, there's even people like chilling up on the top of the ridge line, just uncontested, putting suppressive fire down. Whether or not that's actually helping or not, who the hell knows? You know, but at the same time, TR just have, I think, a little bit more flexibility in where they can move and what they can do with the map at this point due to their air dominance.
Yeah, and they've also hit Hydroponics compound again, and you know there's only a small force over there, but it's just enough to continue the buy time in their favor. And SKL, they're really on the back foot right now.
It's very clear to me that right now I think 1TR are making better use of the forces that they can place at these bases. There's just a little bit more. There's just a bit more bang for buck right now with where 1TR are going and how many people they have there. SKL, I think, are requiring a little bit more in the way of population just to get on the front foot of these fights.
Yeah, it's because the reason why SKL need more pop is because they don't have the force multipliers, right?
Yep.
1TR, they can have less pop because they have force multipliers. It's that air control. I mean, there's a harasser on A point at Granite Head, just murdering a squad of SKL. And it's not fun. Not fun at all.
No, and it sucks to be on the receiving end of it too. So, okay. SKL losing Granite Head Reactor here, and that does put them on the back foot because now Slate Canyon, like absolute clockwork, 1TR here in huge numbers. SKL trying to get out of the point room, but then there's one Cass Valk and one Mosquito, Banshee Mozzie, just sitting there waiting for them. We've got an incoming Valkyrie drop. It's being chased out by air, and no one dropped. Where are they going with that Valk? Are they heading off to Bitter Gorge? What is going on here? Nope, they're going to use it as a bit of a combat vehicle, but in an air-to-air fight against mosquitoes, you are very much fighting a losing battle there.
So 1 minute 30 now at Hydroponics compound. When you lose all 3 neutral bases, this is what you don't want. You don't want both your home bases getting capped, and it looks like they're not able to get their forces to Hydroponics compound, which is going to open up the Nexus base, which is really bad news.
Exactly. Now we do have a drop here, quite a significant drop, I must say. At least a squad's worth of SKL landing at Slate Canyon, but once again, this air to ground brutally just sending... I've been bumped into the map, that's fun. Just sending SKL straight back to those respawn screens here. There is some air starting to show up from SKL, but it's not lasting at all.
Yeah, I wonder if the nanite drained, because there's no maxes either from SKL, and that was a huge thing from the last match. They had really good max usage. It doesn't look like they have it this time.
Yeah, I'm sort of wondering whether SKL has sort of forgotten to make the most of their nanites. Maybe they're aiming to make a play later on and they're trying to play the conservative game here. Maybe they're trying to drain 1TR of their nanites. They have managed to re-secure here Slate Canyon with 2 minutes left on the clock, but Hydroponics obviously...
Close to Hydro. It's really close. There's a breach going on. There's Resonate Wars going on as well. The max for 1TR goes down. Oh, it looks like SKL are just going to save it.
Oh, my word. Well played to SKL there to bring it back there. Now, I am starting to see a bit more air cover. SKL seem to have identified the threat here. I'm seeing a few more sides starting to make an emergence here. They just need to make that foothold in the air and actually get things right.
It's going to be a redrop in Slate Canyon for 1TR.
Yep.
Which makes sense, right? Because there's hardly any SKL left here. Because they all had to rotate to Hydroponics. Because otherwise that was going to fall.
If you're 1TR now, you play the timer. You play the timer you've already got, and you get on Slate right now.
For sure. 1TR's taking it back. They've got they're calling down an anvil as well. They've got a place to pull maxes from already set up.
Look at this. Look at this. And you know what? This is a big brain from 1TR, because guess what? If SKL come off Hydroponics, all you got to do is throw a couple of 1TR guys over to Hydroponics and get that already really short timer started off again. This is a very powerful play. Here comes the SKL drop from a beacon, and waiting for them is a Banshee Mozzie or two. Brutal stuff.
Yeah, it's not this isn't a base you want to have only infantry at. The sight lines, the fact you can have ants and harassers everywhere, the ground is so just awful at this base. And okay, SKL there. What a wait are they? I thought that was a scythe. No, it was just an ejection so you could get a beacon up. So they're going to take that beacon and they're going to get air grounded.
A few sides are coming up with a Citadel shield coming in. Is this from SK? No, this is from 1TR. What a...
Haha, to stop the AA.
Oh, brutal. And it's perfectly placed too. Well done. Now, 1TR, I've noticed you making a lot more use of their war assets so far. I've seen no SKL orbitals at all so far.
Yeah, that is true. I wonder if they even had any.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
You would expect them to use them, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, SKL sitting on the capture point here. Concussion grenades left, right, and center. Max suits coming in as well from SKL. They do seem to have the population advantage. Res grenades going off left, right, and center. It's a zombie war in here, but SKL do get the cap off here at Slate Canyon, or they re-secure at the very least. Hydroponics is now as we anticipated, being rotated back into 1TR hands. Now, I gotta be honest, the 1TR play on on Hydroponics, I think that might have been a bit too late. They really could have capitalized on that a little earlier, but better late than never.
Well, if they use the opportunity to get maxes and hard-light barriers, etc., right, and they just do a point hold, and if they are, if they have air control at that point hold as well, then they don't really need to worry about Bitter Gorge too much, because they've already demonstrated, that half a squad or one squad of 1TR, can disrupt SKL just long enough to buy enough time. So I don't think they're too worried that they didn't get there straight away.
1TR this time around on a Hydroponics, they're playing for keeps. I have spotted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 max suits present at this base. If SKL had an orbital strike, now's the time to use it, because you're gonna need the world's best can opener to get this point uncapped here.
Well, the SKL, they've located the Sunderer of 1TR, right? There's a Sunderer there, they've located it, they know where it is because there's 2 dead SKL people there next to it. If they drop an OS on that Sunderer and an OS on the building, they'll kill a lot of people. But I think it looks like they're just gonna hit it with infantry, which is it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be tough. But they did it in the last base. Maybe they can
most
do it again.
certainly did. Maybe they can. They're definitely playing a very long game with their nanites. A lot of SKL max suits being pulled as well, anti-infantry ones. Now, I did note that a lot of them got pulled at the last Slate Canyon fight, and a lot of them were sort of left to waste. And there's another orbital from 1TR. Oh,
that's harsh.
That is just brutal, adding salt to the wound. SKL took that opportunity to push straight in, but max suits have been really, really isolated there, and it goes down immediately. That's a huge cost to nanites right there.
55 seconds at Hydroponics compound to save it. And they're inside the building, right? They've got people inside dead, but they are inside, and they're slowly breaching. But the maxes of 1TR, I think, will carry this fight. Or at least in theory they should.
And as that's happening, 1TR have managed to actually get a cheeky little cap going on Slate Canyon hold as well once again. Wow, 1TR really came out of this fight with the initiative. It's not over yet though, 26 seconds, it's all or nothing SKL. They need to push in right here, right now. I just don't think they've got the momentum to do it yet. There's too much air.
Yeah, they land outside the doorway, boom, dead.
Oh, it's not over yet, they're pushing in, big push out of nowhere.
There's no way because of all the people, all the 1TR maxes coming.
Look at that, look at the 1TR maxes just going to town. Oh my god, this is a slaughterhouse. Oh, and the collapse on point from 1TR. The point actually flipped to SKL very briefly there. But,
yeah,
wow.
They just got outflanked by, I think, 4 maxes. And it's just GG when that happens.
That is, yeah. The bodily consistency of those SKL guys is that of Swiss cheese at the moment. They are...
that's mean.
They are nothing short of a nutrient paste.
No, this is so mean. 1TR just used the still rain to go from the maxes being at Hydroponics compound to the maxes being at Slate Canyon.
Oh, gee. That is unfortunate. And that Citadel shield is still there as well.
One of the maxes died straight away though, and I think did they only had 1 max in that still rain squad, so actually wasn't as effective, but still enough time bought. This is tough for SKL.
I gotta say, SKL having a rough game. The overlay really does tell it all right now, stats-wise. So at this stage, 1TR with 1,018 kills on SKL with 121 vehicle kills. SKL are not even representing half of that in each stat. 50 vehicle kills and 500, actually no, just over half in the infantry kill side of things with 561 infantry kills. But 1TR are definitely repping what appears to be a stronger, just outright gameplay, advantage right now.
Well, I did say I expected 1TR to bring a stronger roster than the one they brought last week, and I expected them to have lessons learned. Yeah, everything you're seeing, it's a combination of those 2 factors right now. And 100%. The lessons learned, there were a lot of lessons to learn, and it looks like they've learned most of them. Whether that's outfit war assets, air control, maxes, it's all present. And You don't want to... Outfit wars should not be fun for your opponent.
And that's what I love most about this format and this season, right? Is that these outfits, they are going in a 1v1 format. They have the opportunity to work out what works, and what works in an evenly fought environment where, you know, you don't have a third faction coming out of nowhere, pincering you out. You know, this is down to map awareness and skill at the 1v1 level, and I gotta say, I do quite enjoy it. Now, this is interesting. There are people from 1TR present at Nexus Omega, but they can't cap it because Hydroponics has started flipping back to SKL. So they're not out of the woods just yet, but they have done a really good job in buying themselves some time here.
Yeah, I love how I'm, you know, praising 1TR for having lessons learned, and then they get back capped.
Yeah, exactly. And 1TR, they're looking to really secure the Slate Canyon hold angle. Keeping in mind, guys, despite this early lead from 1TR here, this could easily, and I mean easily, go the way of each faction, honestly. Like this, you gotta keep in mind, guys, it's the winning condition here, if you don't capture the last bit of territory, is who holds the most amount of territory at the when the clock strikes 0. So this could go either way still.
Yeah, it's still mathematically possible for SKL to come back, for sure. But you know, you look at how 1TR's postured on the map. They've got that slight advantage at Slate Canyon, and you know they've got some people just trying to disrupt Hydroponics compound. So you know, SKL they can't feel comfortable with their setup, right?
No.
They know there's harassers and stuff moving around.
No, something needs to change, 100%.
Yeah, and you would expect that to be the air control, which SKL have actually started, I'd say for the last 7 minutes, they've been contesting it. Not controlling it, but they're trying. And that's, I think, the right move.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about contesting at the very least is that the more you contest, the more likely you are to stop the air to ground happening, because that air now needs to switch up and start focusing on the air that you're, you know, contesting them with. You know, if you just continue air to grounding, while you've got enemy air literally shooting you in the back, you're just giving away free nanites at that point. So,
but
very good move.
Is, you know, the issue is, right, like, yeah, okay, you know, at SKL, the skies above Slate Canyon right now, there's only one cast out compared to how many others there were earlier, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, you brought up the stats about how many kills SKL had, right? They're not getting enough kills, so it doesn't look like they're going to be able to take that the contesting in the air and actually be able to translate into something in terms of base caps.
So SKL have got a bit of a conundrum on their hands here, because obviously they're trying to re-secure Slate Canyon holds as fast as they can, and they kind of have to, because if that goes through, they not only open up to Nexus Omega being attacked, but Hydroponics compound that they're capping at this stage as well is about 45 seconds behind the Slate Canyon hold. They need to get this cap right here, right now, and they have the numbers, but they just don't have the health or the flexibility to do so. SKL are currently getting... Oh, it could go either way. Res Grenade War going off right now.
Last second, no way.
They're going to do it. Oh my god. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. We are totally neutral on this point. Res Grenade's coming in for 1TR right now. Huge Res Grenade. It's back and forth. This is going to go either way. Oh my god.
I do like a last second cap.
Oh, wow. SKL with that. That is so far one of the plays of the game right there. That was a beautiful re-secure. Now, if you're SKL, hit the U key right now. Get to Hydroponics.
Yeah.
Get there now. And as we say it, 24 to 48, 1TR redeploying there immediately. Can SKL rotate in time?
Oh, there's no way SKL are... Well, maybe they got a max inside. It's the
7 seconds. 7 seconds. They just need to collapse on point. Get the bodies on point.
No.
They weren't on point in time. Oh, wow.
Subs. If they had all went point at the 10-second mark, I think they would have had that.
I agree. That was, oh no, a win on one end and a failure on the other. SKL with an unfortunate upset there. They can still re-secure that. They really can. Incoming Valkyrie as expected. Got a Liberator on its butt right now. It's only got 3 people in there. Another one coming in as well. That's a squad of 6 coming in. They've dropped out, all 4 of them. They need to get beacons on point right now. There's an Anvil coming in. That's for 1TR though. It's being hit. Here come the SKL pop. There's a lot of Valkyries coming in now. A lot of troops jumping out. Wow, this is a rapid redeploy. SKL understand the importance of this cap here.
Yeah, it's just a shame for them that, you know, because 1TR were the people who got wiped, they looked at the map first and they're like, oh, we need to go here first.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it was. It was the 5-second advantage.
And credit to 1TR, they rotated expertly. That was a perfect rotate. Oh, SKL with a brilliant push here. Heavies getting some work done. They've done a great job here. They're going to contest the point with 1 minute left on the clock. What's going on at Slate Canyon? It's been neutralized as well. Oh my god. Oh wow. This is unbelievable. Okay, SKL resecured hydroponics. That gives them a 20-second advantage on Slate Canyon. So if they play this smart, if they get the redeploy off perfectly, if they have Valkyrie sitting above Slate Canyon on the dot, they can take the initiative back here. They really can.
I just heard SKL people using the in-game proxy chat.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, boom, 2 squads of 1TR. So they're going to trade hydroponics for Slate Canyon, maybe? Looks like it. I think that's a W for SKL because that gives them 2 lattices instead of the 1.
Exactly.
Slate Canyon provided.
Exactly. Now, SKL, SKL are redeploying. They've redeployed out of hydroponics already. I'm seeing bodies disappearing right now. Keep an eye on Slate Canyon. They could be making a play for this right now.
They should. I mean, I feel like an OS right now, and then boom, breach upstairs and downstairs at the same time.
Watch for that Valkyrie drop. Here comes one SKL Valkyrie. Where's the rest of them? We know they like their Valkyries. Where are they? Here they come. Coming in from the warp gate. 15 seconds. They're coming in from all sides too. There's one. Here comes the next. I don't know if they've got the pop. Oh, they've got 8. They've got 8 seconds. Can they do the miracle again?
Oh, I don't think so. Nah, no way.
Nah, 2-second one. Oh, brutal. But now, as SKL, what do? You start setting fires. You've got 2 lattice links with 2-minute 20 capture timers. Nexus Omega can start going down right now. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You can start taking territory that caps faster, and you can even go for the back cap and the jugular, if you will, and capture Bitter Gorge Garrison. Yeah,
if I'm the SKL PR right now, I'm like, right, I need Satcom and Granite Head. I need those fast caps, right? Those 3-minute 30 caps at those 2 bases. I put a squad in each one, and don't really have to worry about Omega. It's a 7-minute cap, right? So, okay, if 1TR start to take it, I'll come back in 4 minutes after I've taken the middle.
Exactly. And they've gone ahead and done it. Satcom going down right now. B point is being neutralized right now, but they do have a good presence up there, so they're going to be able to get that back immediately. And Granite Head down to 3 minutes as well, so, and make that 2. So this is a great play.
It's just if they hold their nerve.
Exactly.
If they don't hold their nerve. If they rotate to Omega too quickly, then it won't work. Exactly.
And it has to be said too, there's 10 minutes left on the clock here for this game, right? So this could honestly go either way still. And if SKL take advantage of their newfound, sort of access routes to these new capture points here, they could very easily steal this. Now, mind you, they are behind on the tiebreaker points because they have waited very long to get this in, and we have seen the tiebreaker points come into effect already. But this is not over yet, folks.
Granite Head was slowed down a little bit. Satcom is marching on very quickly, but there's not a lot of pop there. Like, that's going to come down to winning a 1v1s whoever's down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Granite Head now is at 120.
And look at that, Nexus Omega has got the full force of 1TR sitting there, but like there's 24 to 48 at Nexus Omega, but I don't think that's the play. I really don't think that's the play at this stage. I think what's happening right now is 1TR have identified that that's the play to get the early win, but SKL are going to outpace them if they're not careful there.
It just depends on how confident 1TR are with their infantry. Do they feel like they can win a 48 versus 48 infantry fight at Omega? If they do, then all in makes sense. But it doesn't look like they are, because it's now went down to 1 to 12 for 1TR. So they've redeployed to both Satcom and Granite Head.
So yeah, Satcom is being flipped back in the opposite direction here. So, yeah, SKL... Yeah, there's a harasser in Satcom. That must be bloody painful for SKL to deal with. And here comes a Valkyrie drop onto the B point here for SKL. So, but they're just being met by, again, that air presence. That goddamn 1TR air presence is just ruining them. They are getting some fires started on the C point, but that's also been sort of put out immediately here.
Oh, looks like Granite. Yeah, Granite Head's going to get resecure now by 1TR. So, and Satcom failed as well. Oh,
wow.
I'm sorry, Cammy. That prediction, anyone who predicted SKL doesn't look like it
No.
It can still happen.
It can.
It's harsh right now.
Yeah, that's a brutal play. And look, Satcom is now going back again in SKL's favor. SKL have got some presence on Nexus, which I don't think is the play here. I think they've kind of messed that up a little bit.
Oh, no, I think Granite Head, because 1TR is about to rotate out of Granite Head, and they're just going to go Satcom, I think.
100%.
Or they might just go Omega, because both those bases are equal viability.
Exactly. Omega is still in play here too. Omega could still be captured. Liberator for 1TR finally getting some pain for its troubles. It does get out of there to save some nanites. 1TR starting to put out the fire that's been set at C point. We've got Captain Carrot down here doing his best, living his best life here. Rocking what appears to be a Saber 13. Interesting weapon choice, but we love to see it.
Do we love to see the Saber 13?
Oh, I most certainly do, my friend.
Okay, yeah,
I
fair
love.
enough. I would just be rocking the tar, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
true. The tar is unequivocally one of the best weapons. And look at that 1TR rotation onto B point. Now 10 seconds left to go on Satcom. Can they make it happen? Oh, it's down to neutral. 6 seconds. It's been pushed out to a 13-second cap timer there. 1TR need to rotate to A or C right now, and SKL need to get reinforcements on these points right now. Otherwise, they're going to lose it.
SKL have SKL have got Satcom.
Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting.
Granite Head
So,
and Omega. Has SKL resecured Omega? I think they have.
they have. No, it's flipping back in favor of 1TR here.
Yeah, 1TR do have, and they got a lot of people here. Like there's at least, there's 12 to 24 at Omega right now. So maybe they've had enough. Maybe it's like, you know what, we're actually ending the match. But then it goes down to 1 to 12. So what do I know?
Yeah, it could be go either way. Like SKL, I've got 1 minute 15 once again on Granite Head. So a 1TR Valkyrie drop coming in with that cast round there. Unfortunately, not quite getting there in time.
Bitter Gorge cut off W. Is that what we're about to see?
That could be what SKL are going for here. Satcom currently going the full speed cap here. Oh, that Liberator finally hitting a piece of ground there. We've got 1TR with some Valkyries here, but the redeploy's been a bit slower. They're going to need to get in there, and they're going to need to get in there fast. B point's being contested, but SKL have recognized this. They've got a good defense present here.
The A point at Granite Head is all 1TR. There's a little bit of contention going on, but I say that, and then SKL got it back.
We've got a
really
1TR
nice
push hitting the C point now, and definitely a strong play by 1TR here. There's not a lot of SKL present, only a couple of medics, and boom, there they go. 40 seconds left on the cap here with that neutralization. I think SKL need to start rotating off B point, but then again, that leaves it wide open. Satcom is going down to a ghost cap, not a single 1TR team member present there at this time.
And Nexus and Maker all this time, the ticking clock. Tick, 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 tick. Really annoying for SKL to always just look at that. But if they get Granite Head, there's still time. There's still time to win the match. Save Satcom, save Omega.
Oh, I don't know if they're going to do it.
There's still time.
There is still time.
Some channel points might be saved.
Some channel points might be saved.
Oh no, oh that's it. I think 1TR just they've managed to to get Granite Head resecured. All 3 points now in control of 1TR.
Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look at the map here, ladies and gentlemen. So Nexus Omega still going down, ironically. Oh no, just been resecured. A Nexus secures substation. Oh no, that's a bugged capture timer there. No need to worry about that. Right. So, if you're SKL, what's the play here? You've got 3 minutes 50 left to go on the clock. I think that actually seals the deal. I don't think they can capture enough territory now to get the game in their favor.
No, they can't. It's
no.
Unfortunately, it is over. I mean, they put up
Actually,
the comeback could almost have happened. But
it could have almost have happened.
It's the same story. The air of 1TR is just.
It's
they
dominating.
brought a lot more this time.
Yeah. No, they've learnt their lesson there, as what I've heard, and that's really, really good. It looks like if you were to see a fast cap right now on Granite Head Reactor, like if SKL were to go all or nothing, get Granite Head, and then fast redeploy, and I mean really fast redeploy to Bitter Gorge, there might just, and I mean just be enough time there to seal the deal.
It's like a 3 minute something cap with all 3 points.
Yep, no, fair enough. Alright. Well,
yeah,
that is gonna seal the deal. My prediction was off, ladies and gentlemen, but it goes to show that these games can go literally anyway. They really can.
Well, it makes me feel a little bit better about myself that I actually it gives me some credit, like some credence, right? It's like, oh, maybe he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
The Warpgate base, Omega, right? Then are they gonna really put the boot in?
Oh my god.
SKL? Because it looks like they might.
They actually could. 1 minute 17 left on the clock here. SKL need to make, like, I mean, look, we all know there's not really a point to worrying about it too much at this point, but Jesus, this is brutal.
Play for pride, man. Play for pride.
Play for pride, exactly. SKL just charging in there. Max suits are down. Resonades are going off. Final match stats. This has actually been... SKL have kind of closed the gap a little bit on kills here in the second half here. In vehicle kills, not so much, but, you know, 1,786 kills from 1TR, 1,007 kills from SKL, 176 vehicle kills for 1TR, and 72 for SKL. And the revives, SKL with 770 revives present.
That's SKL, brutal. Massive max crash on the point now.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off, but fair play. They were like, yeah, no, you're not doing that to us.
We're not doing that to us, exactly. And look, respect to SKL for fighting tooth and nail to the end, putting in their best effort despite the fact that this game is going to end in their loss. Really respect SKL for coming out and for giving that a really good go here.
I wonder if we're going to get a 1TR VKTZ match next week.
That'd be an interesting match to say the least. And it has to. People are just saying in chat here too. No war assets from SKL as far as I could tell. So maybe something was up there.
I didn't see any. I didn't see any orbital strikes, any citadel shields. Maybe I saw an anvil. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe an anvil. I agree.
I don't think so. I think chat's right. I don't think there were any war assets, which is really weird because you need them on this map.
And wow, we've got a max crash from 1TR here. This point is still tooth and nail fighting here, but I got to be honest. Oh, and then finally, no, I take that back. An orbital strike from SKL.
But why?
And
why
two,
did you wait
two. Hang on. What?
They had two the entire time.
Oh, okay. All right.
They
well,
had two They were too cautious.
They were way
and
too
they just
cautious.
Didn't bother.
Yep.
Oh,
Wait.
no.
Yeah, that was very, very strange play right there. 9 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. That is a game, set, match for SKL versus 1TR here today. A very well fought match, I have to be honest. A very enjoyable game. Dubness, any last minute words before I head over to my next game?
No, it was exactly the match we expected to see. It's been a pleasure, Cammy, and hopefully your next match is just as good.
Thank you very much, good sir. Yeah, thanks again for coming on and co-casting, my friend. Really appreciate it, and I'm sure we'll do this again before the season's up.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, indeed, my friend. GG's, thank you again, and we'll talk soon, mate.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now progressing ourselves over to Vanu, Sovereignty Cats, and 17B are here today for our next game. So if you'll bear with me just for a few seconds here, my co-cast for this game will be Sergeant Mile. I'm going to go ahead and drag him in. Sergeant Mile, how's it going, mate?
Hey, how are you, sir?
Good, good. I'm just loading up into the game now. How is things going here so far?
So we have about 50 seconds left on Nexus Alpha falling to Cats, and that
Nexus
will end
Alpha?
the match.
Oh my god.
Cats has been destroying this match and taking it. I don't think they've lost a single fight yet.
Wow, okay. Brutal game here today. Wow. I'm not even having time to get the overlay set up here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh
30 seconds and it will be over.
Oh my god.
The Cats has been doing an amazing job with dropping with their light PPAs and the dual photon pods, just dropping them on this population. They are just hitting them hard.
Wow.
I don't think they've been able to leave a spawn room in any of their bases so far. And I'm trapped inside a bubble again.
And I'm just looking now at the Air Force. It looks like there's a significant Air Force present here for... Oh, wow. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how about that? Join the game, and it is over out of the gate. Holy crap. I did not even have enough time to get that overlay set up. Wowee, Bumblebee. All right. Shit.
So the top weapon was the light PPA with 94 kills, followed by the Beetlejuice with 80 kills.
Let me just go have a quick look here at this game. I haven't even had a chance to get this set up here. Holy moly. Have you actually had a chance to get the overlay set up so it displays the individual stats on screen yet, or is that not working for you either?
What statistics are you looking for?
Oh, just the top kills and stuff like that were updated as of in the last overlay update.
It is set up. I sent you the second link I sent. Will show it.
Okay.
And then it's I have control over it right now, so I can set it to pop up top kills and such.
Right. Okay. Let me have a. So the second link you sent me is what? Okay. Yep. I see it. Yeah. I see what's going on here. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then top kills was Cats. Top 5 were Cat. Well, that's all the Cat side. So they did 40 kills. Top kills 40, which was probably a light PPA, compared to 17BR, whose top players had 7 kills. So
what a brutal game. That is dumb. That is devastating right there. That is devastating.
Yeah, they hit them hard and they took it. I feel bad for 17BR. This is the second loss for them. And last time they lost was the NCCR, which only had 20-minute prep time for the match.
Ah, that is just brutal stuff. Brutal. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Emerald game so far here today that we've seen. So I want to welcome on board, if possible, the representatives from 1TR in the SKL match and from the VKTZ and 17BR match. If anyone is present in chat and who wants to come and hang out and give us a bit of an interview in the game here, I'll send you a link real quickly. I'll post a link in chat to my Discord. But if we have any representatives from each faction who would like to come and join us for a quick little interview, please come on in. That was... Wow. You really hate to see it.
I do. I was even had your stream up and I'm like, by the time this finishes, he's going to already be here.
Yeah, exactly. And that's pretty insane. So we have a quick look here at the remainder of the games that sort of did go down here. Second Republic Assault Force and Recursion are still fighting it out. That's good to see. We've also got Neolux Eterna. They lost to Recon Team 6. Very interesting play. As we know, 1TR beat out Sokar's Legion. Angels of Death taking out the win against VSA. And it looks like it was a pretty dominating victory at that front as well. Yeah, brutal stuff.
Wow. If I could get out of this match, that would be great.
Oh dear. Yeah, I actually can't get out either. I'll just head to the
Give
sanctuary.
us a command. Can you redeploy? Because yeah, redeploy's not available.
No, I just I went to the world map and clicked sanctuary that way. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was anticlimactic to come into. But we will be doing some Connery games later on. Sergeant Mile, are you doing any of the rest of the games today, or was that your game for the day?
I don't know. I have to check.
A lot of casting happening this weekend, guys, for all the games out there. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Mile, are you streaming as well at the moment?
I am currently on Twitch right now.
Excellent. Make sure you go give. Are you on the PSB or are you on your own account?
I'm on my own account. If you want to stay tuned for most of the matches, the PSBs are probably the best location. Will I get in trouble if I spam a link in your channel?
I don't think Nightbot will take you out, but give it a go and we'll see what happens there. If not, just send me a link and I'll send it to chat, and I won't be banned by my own bot, hopefully.
Yeah, I just sent in the chat. It's the matchup that we're using to keep track of all of the current matches that are going on. I am not scheduled for any more matches today unless someone were to pull out.
Yep.
I am scheduling tomorrow for the NCCR versus B-Way fight.
Beautiful.
So we'll see how that fight goes.
Excellent. Yeah, no, definitely going to be interesting to see. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing Connery games a bit later on today as well. I'll be covering in particular the Captain Cox is coming aboard from 1TR to come give us some words of wisdom, which we love to see. Bear with me just for a second here, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be doing Connery qualifiers later on as well, guys. That's going to be Unity versus Viking and WTAC versus Fate. I'll have my good friend, I believe, Meaning of Bread, joining me for those games. Or is it Mini Bread or D? I don't know. I've got so many different things happening at the moment, so we'll see how we go, guys. But let's have a chat here real quickly to Captain Cox, who is currently in the waiting room. I believe we've also got someone from VKTZ and Medic MS as well. So we'll drag some people in. And we'll get some chats going here. Hello.
Hello.
Fox. We've also got Lone Wolf. Pank Ash. Could you please let us know and which outfit you're from?
I was leading 1TR Air.
1TR Air. Fantastic. And Medic MS and Gravit.
Thank you.
Medic MS and Gravitino, which outfit are you guys representing as well?
1TR.
1TR, excellent. I feel like we've got a bunch of 1TR rep in here.
I'm working on getting SKL in here. I'm trying to get up with their leader right now.
Excellent, because SKL did put up a really good fight. So, real quickly, I'll get all the guys who have just joined in to introduce themselves. We'll go from top to down. So, Cox, you want to start us off?
Hello. I'm Captain Cox, leader of 1TR.
Stuff. Lone Wolf, you're up.
Hey, I'm WPX Lone Wolf, Force Commander #1 of VKTZ.
Good stuff. Pank Ash.
Hi, I'm Pank. I am one of the air leads for 1TR.
And Medic MS.
Hi, I'm Medic, also known as 2 Creams, 2 Sugars. I run the coffee outfit on Emerald.
Coffee outfit, excellent. And which game were you in just then as well, mate, if you don't mind me asking?
We were playing for 1TR.
1TR, beautiful.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, gotta ask, 1TR, firstly, congratulations on your win. Very hard fought. Definitely was pretty tooth and nail at some points there, I have to say. There was a lot of very creative backcaps taking place there as the matches went on. Your guys' your analysis of the match, what were your guys' thoughts there?
It was a pretty good change from last match, where the big issue we had, hilariously for us, was sticking on backcaps and keeping up the pressure on all the bases that we had connection to at once, which we, as you can see, we fixed that going into this match.
Yeah, no, definitely. And so yeah, I understand this was a rematch. Is that correct?
Correct. Excited for next week's rematch with SK.
Okay, I called dibs on casting that one.
Yeah, I know, right? It was very entertaining to see, and I understand that the last match was also pretty back and forth as well. So clearly, you guys should just be playing for whatever medal you end up ranking at the finals, as far as I can see. But anyway, so obviously, you know, big learnings from the last game. Was the air game something that you definitely aim to improve upon from your last game? Because that's something we definitely noticed in the casting box here.
Actually, the opposite, and Pank can correct me, but we actually took people out of both the air and partially in tanks, because the last match we had 12 people in the air and 6-ish people in armor, and we dropped that down to a 12 total between that, roughly.
Really?
Roughly.
Wow.
There's a lot of flex, but yeah.
Very, very interesting to know, because that's one of the things that we really took note of as we were sort of playing these games and sort of, you know, keeping an eye on what was going on. Like, your guys' air control was dominating. Like, you know, every engagement we went to, 1TR had the air present to ensure that SKL could not get on the capture point, or at least, you know, were having a hard time getting onto the capture point. So was that mainly thanks to a lacking of SKL air, or was it just due to your pilots, you know, playing hard and playing well? So
that was due mostly to lessons learned in fighting SKL last game, which we had, as I said, we had 18 people not doing infantry. Meanwhile, SKL had all 48 doing infantry, which gave them a significant leg up in most meat grinders, especially towards the end. So we wanted to be more flexible and pivot away from that. And we assumed that we could probably keep control of air towards mid-game after the early opener salvo.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I will say SKL, I think, pulled more air this match than they did last match, and I think they did so really strategically.
Definitely agreed.
Interesting. You guys, I will say, so if we were looking at the stats for that game, I don't think I've got them anymore on... Oh, no, I do still have them here. So 1TR, I don't know if you guys have seen the stats for the match yet, but 1TR did have 1,920 kills, SKL with 1,160. So SKL are axing you guys, but you guys are axing them as well. With 1TR, you guys had 179 vehicle kills. So whenever SKL did play the vehicle game strategically, you guys seem to really react to that quite well. I'm curious to know if we can get...
He just joined the waiting room. I saw him jump in the waiting room. That was the SKL leader.
Oh, okay.
Rage.
He seems to have buggered out again. If we can get him back in, I'd love to have a chat with him as well.
I can actually maybe speak a little to the vehicle kill differential there.
Yep, that'd be great.
A big part of our air strategy this time was camping the warp gate, and so we had 2 to 3 air camping their warp gate and killing Valks pretty much the whole match.
Yep.
And so I think that probably made up a significant portion of the vehicle kills.
Right. Okay. Interesting. But that I mean, it goes a long way to showing the strategy of, you know, if you deny any access to the actual fighting area, then, you know, clearly you're going to gain the early game advantage.
So I did hear from Rage. He said that he had to go, but he said GG Cox. So pretty sure no hard feelings on that fight. Especially considering it was a rematch.
Oh, we love SKL. One of their officers came to our 10-year anniversary.
Love it. Love to see it. And
we love SKL.
And I gotta say, like,
and
I gotta say, just out of the gate too, the matches that we've been seeing so far, like, I really do admire the tenacity of the outfits to continue fighting on, even if it's looking dire. You know, there's a lot of interest in, you know, getting the best matches possible from the communities that are, you know, doing their best. So, you know, mad probs to you guys as well.
So the Recursion match has ended. Recursion versus Second Republican Assault Force, with Recursion winning that fight, and it looks like AOD won their fight as well.
Very interesting. And Recursion did seem to win with a 300-point tiebreaker lead as well. So, you know, you see. And the AODR match, yep, coming out with a victory as well. So there you go. That's starting to paint the picture for the next week of rounds going forward. To 1TR, who are you guys keen to verse next? What are the outfits you'd like to get a chance to fight in this season?
Can I say SKL?
Again, why
if
not?
you do, I will win you.
We'd really like rematches from last Outfit Wars against Goater, KN1, and then it'd be nice. We thought we were gonna fight against AOD. That'd be kind of nice. They're also our good friends.
Very good. Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
well,
I think.
Oh, sorry, you go.
I think a few people were hyped for the little friendly rivalry with AOD, so that would be a lot of fun.
Well, I hope you guys get those games that you're after. Great, well played today. It was a very, very fun match to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I'm very interested to see how your guys is, continue to play throughout the season. And good luck for the rest of the season, guys.
Thank you, man.
And thank you for casting.
No, of course, guys. I'm aiming to cast as much as I can wherever I can. I'll be out of office for the last week of playoffs, but I'll be back for the finals. So I'm really excited to see how this season prevails. Before we wrap up here, Lone Wolf, mate, what happened in that game? I tuned in for the last 30 seconds. What happened?
How you doing, mate? Yeah, I think when I opened up your stream, you were at about 20 seconds.
I mean, watching it from my perspective, I will say it seemed like y'all just trapped them in the spawn room and never let them leave. I would say is probably the best explanation that I saw trying to cast that match.
Yeah, I mean, you guys only caught the last 30 seconds anyway. But, I mean, like Kamikaze would know from last week, we had a match against B-Way. And one of the things we learned, which was a fantastic match, but one of the things we learned when we got to their Warp Gate base as well, we sat tight in that point room, and we didn't really emphasize the use of our air to ground or the cheese. And so this time around, when we got to that Warp Gate, we were going straight to that spawn room. There was no chance we were letting them even get to those doors or letting them breach us. Because that point's killer. There are 8 doors to breach that point. And even at the platoon level, that's hard to try and cover 8 different angles while you're sitting inside of a room. So it's really, really key to get outside of that room and get everything you can facing that spawn.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. So clearly some well learned lessons there, and it clearly showed because you guys, finished the match in what, like 15 minutes, maybe 25 minutes.
I don't even know. Whatever the shortest timer could be is what we did. We ran right down it. We're just we've been working a lot on redeploying. A little short, yeah.
Because y'all weren't on the point, and then they hit the point at Alpha for a couple of seconds. So I would probably say you were 30 seconds short of.
That's right. They did flip it a couple times. Like I said, I wish there was a 17 BR representative here, and it wasn't just a steamroll. And like you just said before too, really giving them props to not just giving up when they're in the spawn room getting camped. They were trying everything. They were really, really trying. They were doing max crashes. They were getting Valkyries in the warp gate. They were pulling sky guards to get rid of our air. They were doing everything they could, and hats off to them for that. Really good job on them not really just giving up and bending over.
No, totally agree with that. And I really do respect seeing more people coming out and giving it their best and doing what they can in these games. And I'm keen to see how people continue to learn. As we say, we're halfway through qualifiers now, essentially. So very curious to see where things go on. All I can say, guys, is VKAT, same to you. Who are you guys looking forward to versing potentially in this in this season?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. One outfit I would love to verse would be Turaf, as they were the champions of the last Outfit Wars here in Emerald. They were champions of gold. I would love a good match against them. I don't think we were actually able to match up against them last Outfit Wars. I think that'd be a great one. I would love another match against B-Way. That was such a good match. I'm not saying that they got lucky. Everybody had fun on both sides, so that would be another fantastic match if we can get that. And then, we're playing here for the top tier, so Recursion and Gobs are the other two big outfits, the big players here, and we'd love to get our boots on the ground with them and see what happens. We've been putting in a ton of work, doing a ton of homework, studying our enemies, studying all these other outfits and how they move, and we would love to verse all those outfits.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Well, awesome, guys. I look forward to keeping an eye on you as well as the matches progress. Big congratulations to your guys' outfits for putting on an excellent show, showing off some great planet side action here today. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit later on to check out the Connery games today. We'll be checking out Unity versus Vikings of Connery and WTAC versus Fate. So be sure to tune in for that if you're keen on those games as well, ladies and gentlemen. But until then, big thanks to all the outfits. Guys, any final words from any of you guys before we wrap up here today?
Do you know who's casting the Connery matches, specifically one of them in particular tonight?
Which one are you after? Because I am not sure in particular.
Your match?
Yeah, the Vikings versus Unity.
I believe Cam will be on it, and for the PSV side, we have Sulfur and Ducks on Planetside Battles 2. With
sweet. See you in a couple hours.
See you guys in a couple hours. Yeah, we'll be there for that match. I think Brad will be joining me for that game as well. But I'm yet.
That sounds right.
I've got so many, things going around in my head right now, so I'll double check that in due time. But yeah, we'll be back for that a little bit later on.
All right, see you guys.
See you guys. Thanks again, everyone.
All right, cheers, mate.
Take care, guys. Have a good one. And I'll wrap things up here as well, Sergeant Mile. Dude, it's a shame we couldn't get a proper cast in. Maybe next time.
Yeah, unfortunately, I will be out of town next Friday, so maybe on Saturday. I got to go play with Fire next week, so.
Fair. Well, that's fair enough, my dude. In that
next
case,
Saturday.
Maybe next Saturday we'll get a game in. We'll see how we do. All right, brother.
Yep.
Take care.
You have a good one, sir.
You too, mate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps us up for this first session of Outfit Wars Casts. We do have, as I said before, another game coming up later today in the form of Connery games. So this stream will redirect you guys to the next stream that we're going to be running here in a few hours, or in an hour and a half more specifically. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you give the stream a like, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed it as well, I will be publishing this as a public VOD for you guys to enjoy as well. But it's been a pleasure, as always, guys. A big shout out once again to all of the outfits for coming out and for, putting on a good show for us. Outfit Wars, Connery games coming up. T-minus 1.5 hours. And I will see you guys all then for the next game. Have a good one, everyone. And I'll talk to you all in an hour and a half. Bye.